Guess what, guys? We're live. We finally figured out the audio issue here. It's the ID 84 show.
Oh, just now. There we go.
There we go. It's episode fucking 103.
I'm gonna mute. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. We're gonna mute that. We get you so I can watch your thing. We got Pedro's here. Awesome sauce. We have sound ladies and gents. Hey, sound. We got Alex Wallace in the house. Eric, coming out. Coming out. We're live. You can bring the mic in your room. You don't even have to be on camera. The mic's right there. Maybe. All right. And that new roommate, Eric Danger Powers, is here. We got, of course, Adam Mallet.
Hey, everybody.
The dogs are in the house. We get fucking sound. It's episode 103. We're about an hour late. Who the fuck cares, right? We get the Asians down the hall who have a folding table. They were moving into their apartment, and they were having problems. If they only folded their folding table to bring it in, things would have been fine.
So, but you said there's only one, and I'm calling that bullshit because they travel in packs.
No, I mean, no, there's several.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if there's a couple. Eric's seen them move in. I'm not sure if they're like a husband and wife kind of shit going on and everything like that.
Oh, we know Eric's been watching them move in because Eric has this fantasy.
Eric said his Tinder for half a mile. So you can get all the fucking apartments in this area over here. He's going to get all these bitches. I go, there was a chick at the dog park. I swear she was on Tinder swiping right. She probably swiped right to Eric.
But Asians don't like him.
Well, she was an Asian at the dog park. Not all Asians live here. We have multiple cultures here. We have Spanish. We have
you do. This
Middle
is
Eastern,
a melting pot,
Asians.
I will say.
We have everything.
Yeah.
Everything, motherfucker. Episode 103. Believe we're still doing this shit?
103, huh?
Yeah.
Shit.
My mother said something about anyone has a podcast. I go, yeah, Alan, I have had a podcast for 13 years. She's like, oh, you did? Does she not know what this is that we do every week?
No, but no, she
I think she still thinks we're on the radio. But we never actually were on physical airwaves. We were always on internet radio.
Yes, we were.
Which isn't technically radio by definition of
no,
the word
it's not.
radio.
No.
You know, I mean, we pioneered the streaming of entertainment.
Yes, you were.
I mean, I would say we were out there before anyone else. We had podcasters before all those other fuckers did. She was telling me that Ron Goldman, sister, Ron Goldman, right? OJ killed him.
Yeah.
His sister has a podcast. I go, why?
Did you see he's out of jail? OJ's out of jail.
He's been out of jail for a while.
No, but he's all over Twitter now.
Someone told me that was a fake Twitter account.
No, it's real.
Is it real?
No, there are a bunch of fake ones.
Okay.
But he is really on Twitter now.
Is he being trolled?
A little bit, yeah. And there was one funny one that actually someone's like, "Hey, congratulations, OJ, 25th anniversary of you killing your wife." And he said, "Want to hear some funny shit?" He's like, "The court system disagrees with you."
That's a good one, OJ.
Right.
Good.
But he's been doing videos too.
Oh yeah.
But they're all like, "Yeah, I can't wait to talk about fantasy football with you guys."
How old is he? He's gotta be 75 or something like that.
I don't know, but people like him scare the shit out of me because the thing is, because he's so kind of charismatic and goofy and funny.
Yeah.
But come on, man, we all know what he did. I mean,
everyone. What would you do if I was like, "Hey, Adam, coming up next, O.J. Simpson."
Yes, that'd be great.
Big black football player.
And I'd be nice enough not to ask anything related to that.
Oh, I would not mention that whatsoever. I would be like, "Hey, it's the O.J."
No, he seems like he'd actually be a fun interview.
I would ask him about his Enterprise commercials. I think it was Enterprise, wasn't it?
Was it him?
It was some kind of rental car company. See, this is why we need Eric, because he was old enough to remember the O.J. Simpson rental car commercials.
I remember very shortly, right after...
Hertz. It was either Hertz or Enterprise. Yeah, it was some of that.
But right after the murders, he actually... I remember being in Caldor.
Yeah.
And he just released a workout tape.
I just aged yourself.
There was a workout tape that was just released, and there was a standee of O.J. Simpson, and nobody bought his workout tapes because, what just happened, right? And I remember several years later finding it on YouTube, and there's one moment where he's doing these step things, and he's like, guys, you might want ask your wife to leave the room when you do this because you might accidentally hit her.
Yeah,
right. It was just a poor.
Do you know, Ford stopped making Broncos after that.
Yeah,
OJ fucked up the whole Ford industry. The Bronco was the number one selling SUV at the time before SUVs were even an SUV.
Did we ever get a clarification on what that whole thing with the guy with the gun and him driving in the Bronco and the slow pitch?
Al Callen?
What was that all about?
I don't know.
It kind of just disappeared.
Well, basically, OJ was going to kill himself, and Al Collin picked him up, and they were just driving somewhere. But he had a warrant for his arrest, so that's why the cops are chasing him.
Has anybody ever interviewed that guy?
Al Collin?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of whatever.
He was like an ex-football player. He used to play from back in the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, but it just sort of went away. No one ever really talked about it. I mean, just.
So have you been listening to 98.5 today, right? But we're going to keep you thinking sports talk.
A little bit. I heard about the Al Horford.
Did you hear about what Kyrie said to Brad Stevens?
No.
So there's someone inside the Celtics said that one day Kyrie shows up at the stadium or the arena and goes, and Stevens was like, "Hey, good morning, Kyrie." And Kyrie goes, "What do you think about what the fuck was it? It was like, instead of saying good morning, it was, what is your interpretation of government?" That's all he says to him. So Brad Stevens kind of goes around, beats around the bush while giving him an answer because he doesn't want to fall into a fucking trapdoor of Kyrieisms. Yeah. And gives him no answer. And he goes, I don't know, Kyrie, what is your interpretation of government? And he goes, control. And walks away.
Yeah, he's a strange cat.
This is how much of a fucking lunatic Kyrie Irving is.
Well, he has a friend's tattoo.
Yes.
And he thinks the Earth... Well, I don't know if he really believes the Earth is... Sometimes I think he just wants to be strange.
He wants to be strange. He's a fucking retard.
I don't know how much of...
Forgive my use of the word retard. I don't mean it as special needs. I mean he's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's a special seed in the... I think he does it for attention purposes.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's like one of those people like... I'm sorry. All these AAU kids can go fuck themselves. Because you're nothing but these little fucking spoiled little brat little pricks who have no reality of the real world, right?
No.
You've been pampered your entire fucking life, and then you get into like all of a sudden you don't have to go to college, or you go to college for a year, and then you go into the pros. So you have no reality of rejection.
No, you don't.
You don't know what it's like to play for like a city. You don't know what it's like to play for the Revere High basketball and win one fucking game your entire fucking 4 years of high school. You have no fucking clue. No. You're in all these special leagues. You're a special little prick. And then you go into the real world and you don't know how to handle yourself.
No.
You don't know how to socialize with real people.
But the people like that are delusional. They think they're smart.
They do. That's the problem.
Because they have money.
That's right. Like, and it's even before the money. It's them being put up on a fucking pedestal.
Yeah.
And remember one thing: if you learn anything from fucking 40-year-old virgin, never put pussy on a pedestal.
But it's funny how when people get money, they automatically think they're smarter than everybody else.
Ah, yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. That means absolutely nothing.
I've seen stupid people win the lottery all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just watch on the news when someone wins the fucking Mega Millions and what people say. You don't have to have most people that have money that are smart. You don't know they have money. Put it that way, because they're smart enough not to tell you. Because what are you gonna do? Ask them for money.
It's true.
So yeah.
I am infatuated though with flat Earth people. I think
50% of them think it's real, and 50% of them are just assholes who are in this fantasy world.
But I think some of those people in the fantasy world about it actually they know it's bullshit, but they enjoy the community because they feel like they have a purpose.
You were trolling the flat Earth people.
Oh, I've been kicked out of flat Earth forums.
I was gonna say you are a flat Earth connoisseur of trolling.
It's just like out of any conspiracy, it's the one that makes the least amount of sense to me. So I am infatuated with flat Earth people. I would love to talk to one of these people. Like,
if you're a flat Earth person and you're watching our show right now, please comment in because we'd love to get into your fucking head right now. What the hell's wrong with you?
They think that the ice caps encompass the Earth and hold the Earth's water in.
They do.
Yeah, that's like a giant barrier wall around the Earth.
Are they familiar with the space station and pictures taken from outer space of the Earth?
Well, Arty.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
I just opened a trap door.
Arty, I have jumped down this rabbit hole, and I can tell you, they do have answers for almost everything, no matter how ridiculous it might sound. Like, there's no such thing as gravity. Objects just fall.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's fun.
Right? But like...
I wish I said that to my fucking physics teacher in 11th grade.
But there's things that they don't answer. Like, for example, you have northern and southern hemisphere constellations.
Yes.
How can you explain that? The Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Right? How could you explain...
Why is my toilet flush one way in Australia but another way in
That's actually urban legend. It'll still flush the same way.
Don't get me on that. I'm a fucking toilet alternate swirler fucking person.
But like you still have eclipses where how come you have one part encompassed in darkness while the other part isn't? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it would go below the Earth.
How do they interpret days?
Yes.
How do they figure what's their definition of a day? Why if you're flat, how do you have a day?
I don't know, man.
How is this?
But they get around the whole what you just said. How do you have what you just asked me?
Yeah.
Like how do we have you asked me a question. Oh my god, I've already forgot about
days.
Space.
Space.
Well, you see, Arty.
Yeah.
All right. In space, it's all a conspiracy, and it's those images are doctored.
Okay.
You see, but the conspiracy is because we can't go back. We can't change that now because there would be admitting it's for religious reasons and government reasons.
So we're protecting history.
Yes.
These people.
But the other planets are around, by the way, according to them. They're like, yeah, but Earth is different.
They're high off there. What happens when you go to the edge of Earth? What happens?
See, nobody knows because you have the giant ice wall. Remember, it's a
the
circle
ice
around
wall.
Yes, nobody knows what's beyond that, by the way.
So how did they explain one day when I fly to Japan going over Europe, but then the next day I fly to Japan going over the fucking Pacific?
Well, see, you could still.
How do you get to the other? How do you get to the same fuck?
No, but
Kyrie
see,
Irving. How do you get to the same fucking location?
The equipment in the airplanes is tricking you. It's
so
making
I'm
you
going.
think that.
I'm going west, but I'm really going east.
Yeah, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's designed. The equipment is designed to trick even the pilots. They don't even know.
Is he fucking high off his ass? What kind of fucking stupid fucking that's trolling. He's trolling people.
There is a documentary on
people.
Netflix where these guys actually spent $20,000 on this equipment that actually is in airplanes, and it calculates because you know how the Earth is on an axis
and there's a magnetic field.
Yeah, and like it calculates because I guess like it calculates like the tilt, and there's like a 20%. I don't know, some things I don't understand in science.
22.5%.
It compensates for the tilt while you fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically. But even in general, it just compensates for that, whether you're flying or not, right? And they bought this $20,000 piece of equipment, and when the thing did what it was supposed to do, what did they do? They're like, we're just going to dismiss this.
Let's dismiss it. Let's dismiss it.
It doesn't fit our theory, so it's bullshit.
I'm fucking... I got to tell you one thing. By the way, I'm having a kid, and he's going to be a boy. And I picked a really bad time to up my season tickets for the Celtics instead of a half season to a full season.
Yeah.
I should have probably waited out a little bit. So now I get a fucking full season next year of a bunch of fucking kids. No All-Stars, because we're not getting any All-Stars.
Tatum's pretty good.
Tatum's good. Brown's good,
Brown's
but
good.
It's not fucking Kyrie or Horford.
Gordon Hayward will be a little better. He'll be better. He'll be another year off his injury.
That's how much I forgot he's even there.
Yes, see.
I didn't even know he was there.
He'll be a little better now.
He might as well be the guy who works the fry later at Kelly's Roast Beef, for all I know, because that's how productive he was last year.
It's true.
He'll
be better.
What the fuck? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna have all these tickets? I'm gonna be giving tickets away.
Yeah, I'll probably buy some off you.
The good thing is, though, the East sucks so bad that they could easily be the second place team in the East.
The AL East in baseball, right?
Well, no, it's not the AL East. No, the Eastern Conference.
I know we're talking about basketball, but like it's kind of like how the AL East.
No, the AL East is the best conference. It's the best in baseball right now.
Yeah, right now, but
there's three teams with 40+ wins.
That's true.
We're thinking the AL East. I mean, you're thinking of the AFC East.
Yes.
Perhaps. Maybe that's what you're going
for.
Sure.
We'll go.
Because that fits your argument better.
Yeah, okay. Yes, we'll go.
So the over-under on the Patriots winning, we're going to segue into that, is 11 wins. Over and under this year. What do you think? Not 11.5, not 10.5, 11 solid. Over and under.
Over.
You have to go over.
You have
to
go over.
For 14 or 13 years, they went 12 wins or more.
Yeah, no, you
right?
have to go over.
There was only 1 year or 2 years in the last 12 to 13 years they had 10 or 11 wins. So when you play the law of averages, one would say you would have to have at least 12, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough over. If the over and under was 10, it would be easy to go over.
Yeah.
But because it's 11, they dick with your dick.
What was going on with that whole Texans thing and the tampering thing?
So,
and then it got dismissed. And then anybody have any idea what the hell that was about?
You're not allowed. Pedro, I'll give you some tickets if you want. Pedro wants some Celtics tickets. Sure. No problem, Pedro. Maybe we'll go together. We'll be like old times. We'll be like we're in high school again. No, they were so the guy who was like, I guess is he the general manager of the Patriots? He's some type. I'm not even.
Oh, he wants out. Yeah,
he wants out, but
he
was going to take a job with the Texans. I guess they're not in his contract. He was stupid enough to sign that says he's not allowed to talk to any teams or interview for a team while he's on the contract with the Patriots.
Yes.
So he can't do anything.
Yeah.
So he basically has to be George Costanza when he was working for the Yankees and try to get fired to work for the Mets. And the only way he could work for the Mets is if he got fired from the Yankees, and then he got fired from the Yankees, and the Mets were like, yeah, we already found someone to replace that position.
Huh.
George Costanza, who lives in the room right next to us.
Oh,
Real life
yeah.
George Costanza.
So,
Eric Danger-Powers, who's now live in studio, but refuses to want to come on camera or talk on the radio.
I do have a question. What has it been like living
with Eric?
Him living here so
I
far?
think living with Eric Danger-Powers has been a blast so far.
Sure,
I gotta say, I've seen him more in the last 2 weeks than I've seen Doubleback in the 2.5 years they lived there. Doubleback was more like a guy. He would like be home and he would come out occasionally, but he would always be like his hours were different, so it would run. It was conflicted to the radio show, you know.
But the thing is that going to wear on you after a while? You know what I mean? Is it gonna?
Well, I know he can't get my wife pregnant, so that's good. I guess, so
actually, that's not true. There are people that have gotten pregnant.
Sue said that too. I said, how's that possible?
Rare. Yeah, I forget the kind of pregnancy it is, but there are people that have gotten pregnant while they're already pregnant.
Yeah,
it is extremely rare, but it does happen.
So one could get pregnant. Thank you very much. Congrats on the way. Welcome to my world. He's got. Wow. 1 girl, 2 boys, Pedro.
Oh, that's actually awesome because then he can beat the having 1 girl and 2 boys. Like that's awesome because he can beat the shit out of anybody that gives her problems.
That's the thing. I thought I was gonna have. So I thought I was having a girl. Be honest with you, and then we found out we were having a boy, which I was a little relieved because the last thing I need is Eric dating my daughter in 20 years. I have to deal with that situation. You know,
I would hope to think she's smart enough to avoid that trap.
Eric would be 65 years old, and my daughter was 20.
Oh man, he'd be the definition of dirty. Like,
but I could see Eric down in West Palm Beach at 65 years old trying to hit on some spring breakers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he probably
hitting on his granddaughter's friends.
Yeah, now he's kind of quiet because he's getting older, but I feel like you hit a part where your filter's gone, where you're just really old, and then
I don't have a problem talking. He can come out here and defend himself if he likes. He's not talking to you, by the way. Yeah, I mean, he did talk to you a little bit, but he was really butthurt about you saying that you would. So basically, we'll tell you a story. The Bruins lost the Stanley Cup. We know that game.
Yes.
Adam was going to troll Eric.
Yes.
During the entire Game 7 to see what he does, and Eric got mad.
Yeah.
So I guess you won.
I did. Yeah, I was rooting against the Bruins out of principle.
Yes.
Because I feel like the city, I love my city, and I feel like it needed a humbling.
Yeah.
All right? We see the billboards, 160 games, since 160 days since the last championship, we need another one. And like,
we do need another one.
No,
I want them to keep on coming.
I know, but we just had 2 recent ones, and you know what? There's too many douchebag, like, pretentious people that feel entitled to championships.
I'm
now.
entitled,
and I'm sick of seeing these.
If you were a kid born before, if you were after 2004, you're very entitled.
They didn't know what it's like to lose. Right?
Yeah. Well,
and even though we lost, the Celtics weren't that good. I feel we were
so you're
due
telling
for a
me these children
we're due
who
for
are
humbling.
adolescents need to be humbled?
I think yes.
So you're telling that this 9-year-old boy who just loves Boston sports teams because that's his life and he loves playing sports, and he used to feel like we felt like in the 80s. In the 90s?
Maybe not that far, but like...
So you want this fucking young, innocent youth to feel the pain and agony that me and you felt through the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Loving our beloved sports teams.
It's like a bully that needs to get his ass kicked. You need to be put in place every once in a while. That's what I was saying.
I mean, it makes you a better person. It really shows you true colors of a team that you really follow. Because you could easily just say... in the 90s, we could have easily been Bulls fans. But we still like the Celtics.
Yes.
We could have easily been Cowboys fans, but we still like the Patriots. We could have easily been fucking Yankees fans.
Yeah.
But we still like the Red Sox.
But like, it was funny because Eric was extra work. I had to.
Well, he was a decade before us, so he was.
Yeah.
He had an extra 10 years of terrible Boston.
Well,
sports
I had texted you separately off the group text. I was like, "How long do you think until Eric loses his shit if I just say I'm rooting for the Blues?"
Yeah.
And you're like maybe 5 minutes. It was 4. It was 4 minutes.
I was sitting right next to you. I was sitting next to him at Buffalo Wild Wings when you texted him, and I go, all right. So I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. He's like, fucking Adam.
Fucking Adam, I'm going to talk to you. As if I magically have the ability to alter, the space.
Pedro agrees with you, by the way. These young children should be fucking.
I know. Thank you. They should. I mean, remember when the Patriots? Remember the aluminum benches in Foxborough and how horrible they were.
97 Super Bowl when they fucking lost to Green Bay with that fucking kick return.
At least they made it though. There were worse years before that.
Fucking right. How about 2003 Red Sox? Aaron Boone.
But at least they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah. Or how about 2000? I believe it was 2003. Celtics made the Eastern Conference Finals and get manhandled by Jason Kidd and the Nets. The New Jersey Nets. They weren't even the New York Nets. They were the New Jersey Nets.
Even those years, at least they made it. All right. But, remember some of those horrible Patriots teams?
Oh, yeah.
Where, 2 wins?
Oh, God.
Right?
Zolak was the starting quarterback for a period of time before they got Bledsoe. I went to my first Patriots game ever was a Zolak starting that game against the 49ers. He won. It was November, or it was December or November of 1998. It was my first Patriots game. I went with my cousin Mike. And he had an extra ticket because no one wanted to see a fucking Scott Zolak play because Bledsoe was injured or something like that.
Yeah.
We ended up winning. And I remember this one thing. I will carry this for the rest of my life until the day I die. I was 14 years old, and I'm in in the men's room of the old Foxborough Stadium. And this guy who was wearing a 49ers jersey walks in. And he goes and piss in the urinal. And these two Patriots guys, like old men, go,
Yeah.
You know what they say about San Francisco? 2 out of 3 guys are gay. He goes, if you're pissing at a urinal and the guy to the left is not gay and the guy to the right is not gay, guess what? You're gay. And then he walks out of the bathroom. To this day, I will never forget this. And the guy who's the 49ers fan was just looking at him and was like, what?
I have a story kind of like that, but first I do the only I never went to a game at the old Foxborough, but I did go to the River Rave. That was the only.
Well, same year as you.
Yeah,
we were there.
The 2001 BCN River Rave.
Yes, we were there
the
together.
Barricades
and we
broke
didn't know
down.
each other.
Yeah, and the barricades broke, and that was nuts. But I do remember I was at a Red Sox playoff game, and it was right after Manny got dealt. Relatively,
98.
Yeah,
2008. Rather.
And we got Jason Bay eventually. Remember,
we
Jason
ended
Bay?
up getting Jason Bay for
And
him.
I'm in the bathroom at a stall, and there's a guy to the left of me at a stall here, and a guy to the right of me at a stall here. And I didn't hear the first part of the conversation, but I heard one guy go, "You know what? Fuck Manny," and the other guy. Both the guys back up with their dicks hanging out practically, and just start fighting each other.
Nice,
right there in the bathroom.
That's sexy right there.
They're like, "No, fuck you."
That's passionate right there.
No, imagine just fighting with your dick hanging out. What would that take?
I don't think. Yeah,
it's kind of primal.
It is primal. It's like monkeys.
It is. It's kind of primal.
Like animals. Like when Tommy and Nola go at it. Except Nola doesn't have a dick, but if she did, that's what it would be like. Look, they're tied now. They were humping each other.
Did you know there was a small unit? I think it was the Greek army that did fight naked.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a horrible idea.
Yes, because you could easily get the bits and pieces.
Yeah, I want my man parts kind of covered. I mean, it is distracting. I mean,
let's see. Back to teaching, you need to be had. I don't know what that means. Should go back to only first, second, and third got trophy. Oh yeah, no, I agree. He agrees that not everyone should get trophies.
No, they shouldn't.
No, I'm looking at a 1985 MVP trophy right now, sitting on my counter. That Eric chose to add as artifacts for the man cave that we call the studio here.
Okay, first of all, I will say I never knew Eric had hand-eye coordination.
I'm confused. There's a goalie on the trophy, and I wish he was out here to defend the situation. I almost want to take the mic into his room, but I'm afraid what he might be doing with the roast beef sandwich.
Powers.
We need to know why was he a goalie?
Powers.
Because I never knew him as a goalie. I'm a little confused because the trophy has a goalie on it.
Yeah, but it was MVP, so that's not a participation trophy. So
it's like he did good, yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to know why there's a goalie. But I always thought he was like a winger. I didn't realize he was a goalie at some point of his life. In 85, he would have been 10.
Yeah.
So maybe he made a transition through his life like Goldberg and the Mighty Ducks.
I feel like if you get anything but first, like if you get second or third, you should get a piece of paper. So then you could be like, I don't want a fucking piece of paper.
Yeah.
Because no one wants a piece of paper certificate.
Dude.
Like first trophy, second a piece of paper saying congratulations.
You know what
so
really,
you can be offended.
Do you know what really humbles you as a fucking 9-year-old? The slaughter rule in Little League Baseball. When you were getting your ass so fucking killed in the 4th inning.
The clinic.
That they just called the game.
Yeah.
That really, there's been, I remember, I don't remember my wins in Little League. I remember those losses more than anything. I remember sitting there, and we were playing, I was in the Minnesota Twins minor league, St. Mary's Baseball Revere. We were playing the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
And I remember they put up 10 runs in the 1st inning. And I sat there, and I'm sitting in the dugout thinking, we can't fucking hit the broadside of a barn right now. And this team already put up 10 runs in the 1st inning. And by the time it got to the 4th inning, the umpire called it for slaughter rule.
Oh.
And you know what? It was very humbling because that proved to my team that we sucked so bad that we couldn't even play a full 6 innings.
Yeah.
That we were only capable of playing 4. Yeah. And because of interest of time, the umpire felt that it wasn't necessary for us to continue with this humiliation.
Yeah.
And I remember just the disappointment on our parents' faces as we're walking back.
Yeah.
And the coach just sitting there and nothing to say to us. And I remember this happened probably a handful of times playing. Yeah. And I go, you know what? That humbles the team.
Yeah.
Because that makes you feel like a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
When you had a terrible game. And it's good for your development and growth because you want to, if you care about the game, you try harder next time you go out.
Yeah.
And if you don't give a fuck, then it didn't really bother you. So you probably didn't like the game in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't even do that anymore. They don't do the slaughter rule anymore.
Huh.
When you're under a certain age, they don't even keep score anymore.
Yeah, well, I think under a certain age, like T-ball, I mean, you shouldn't be. You should be learning fundamentals and stuff like T-ball and clinic.
No, you should still have fucking scores. You want to tell that 5-year-old that you suck today. That's the only way it's going to get through him. Because no
one's pitching. I think once an actual person starts to pitch, yes.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, when the coaches pitching to you, yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Well, that just sucks. So the coach is a sucky fucking pitcher if you can't hit it. Your own coach is throwing you the ball. If you can't fucking hit that ball, your coach sucks.
Yeah.
Or you just have no hand-eye coordination. And maybe that's a warning sign that maybe you should go get glasses.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe. That's if you're 5 years old and you can't see the ball and it hits you in the head.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go fucking see an optometrist.
I realize now that I'm older, that's why I was a shitty hitter. I was a shitty hitter, man. I was a good pitcher, man. I was a really decent pitcher.
Yeah.
I was really good. I was in the middle of a few. I remember because the pitchers hit. You know,
oh yeah, of course.
I used to get hit constantly if I was doing good.
Yeah,
if I was,
they peg you just to be a motherfucker.
Yeah, there was one game I remember I was mowing people down and striking them out, and I got hit 3 times, but in the same spot.
Yeah, like he was aiming for you.
And no, but the first time I got hit, I took my base. I mean, I was used to.
How old were you at this point?
I was a young teen.
I was
13, 14.
It's like Babe Ruth League?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got hit with a pitch, and I took my base. Next at bat, I got hit. Dude, it hurt so bad the second time because it was in the same spot.
Yeah.
Right? And I looked at my first base. No, damn well. I looked at my first base coach, and he's shaking his head. Don't do anything.
Don't charge the mound, man.
And I didn't. I took my base again. And then the third time, I got hit again in the same spot. I look at my first base coach, and he just shrugs his shoulders like, do what you want. And I just pointed my bat, and I went out there, right? And I was pissed off that that's the third time. Why didn't he get ejected? I got ejected, by the way.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Right? It was really bad.
If anything, it should have been mutual because he did intentionally hit you.
Yeah.
And you did charge him, so you both have it wrong. I mean, in regular baseball, you would eject both of you, I guess, And then you had all right to fucking.
And then in the parking lot.
Did you bring the bat with you?
I pointed it, but I dropped it. I did point it.
So you have the weapon.
And I walked out there.
Okay. Right.
And then it was fun. I didn't live too far away from there, so I walked home. I usually walked home.
Okay.
Or I biked home. And in the parking lot afterwards,
yeah.
there was... Honestly, we're at that age where nobody really wanted to fight. Like
no,
it was all like hold me back.
Yeah,
like you could tell like we had some words and like we're all kind of like
in reality, no one really ever wants to fight.
Yeah, it's true. It takes a lot for people to really want to fight.
Yeah, it's more of like the rush, like when you're buying a hooker and you're paying the money and you go, it's not much the deed that the hooker's gonna do, it's the anticipation of what's gonna happen, or you could get caught.
Yeah.
It's really the rush, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing about fight. No one actually really wants to fight. Like
no.
When you get to that point where you're fisticuffs, you're just like, why are we doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chicks, on the other hand, that's a whole different story.
That's different. They'll pull hair.
They don't give a
bras are gone.
Guys really don't want to fight each other. At some point, they find each other a middle ground. You know what I mean?
No, I was an idiot. I could throw about at a young teen. I could throw about 75.
Okay,
but like it not accurately. If you would just tell me to let loose, it hit about 75, which is pretty good for a young teenager.
You just needed control.
Yeah. But no, I was an idiot. I should have kept with it, and I backed away because I didn't fit in with that crowd. I was a quiet kid.
Yeah.
I growing up, so I didn't stick around.
The one thing I look forward most about my future son coming out is not the wins, is the losses, because I think you learn more as you're younger growing. You learn more from your losses than your wins. I think.
You do.
Because as we look at sports, right? We learn more from our losses of the Patriots losing the Super Bowl, the Red Sox losing the ALCS by a fucking walk-off, a Bill Buckner. Shit like that affects us more mentally than the wins do. Because, honestly, the Patriots won 6 times. Wasn't the last Super Bowl kind of boring? The game itself was exciting, but the actual win itself is kind of like,
Yeah. I loved that audio clip, too, of them closing the roof, about the roof and the flyover, and Belichick's all like, what, they're going to close it then? And the other coach is like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Or the other coach fucking was like, sperming himself, how excited he is to play against Belichick. You know? But, to lose, I think losing is it has more of an impact on someone's developmental ideas and skills and passions than winning all the time. Because if you win all the time, it's like being an AAU student, a basketball player like Kyrie Irving. You're always winning, right? You're never going against someone that's better than you. You're always the best.
So for Tom Brady, then, do you think the only reason he's going out is because of his brand?
So yeah, and Tom Brady was never a he was probably good for his he's probably a great high school player.
Yeah.
He was an average college player.
But he's won so much now. Do you think now
it's more
like he plays it off like every win is like amazing? But
I still think a part of it's
him?
really important because I think he's a competitive guy. But I think that the passion to win is more or less more marketing than it is.
I think so too. Yeah.
After the third Super Bowl that drought, maybe that fourth one was really against Seattle that really got him going again.
Yeah.
I mean, if they win again this year, obviously the guy's a competitor. The guy's a fucking playing. You know what I mean? He's a great football player. But then again, you got to remember, that's his profession. You and I, we just do enough not to get fired.
Yes, exactly.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Nothing that we're going to do at work tomorrow is going to be monumental for the future, right?
It'll be productive enough where someone will be like, okay, thank you, but not...
We paid the bills, we get our job done, but in 30 years, no one's going to look back at something me and you were going to do tomorrow at work.
No.
And be like, wow.
True.
That is fucking... They live their life to do what they're doing tomorrow at work, right?
That's true.
And I would say 95% of the people on this planet, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, for us, it sucks. But for Tom Brady, you win 7 Super Bowls. You're already there. But now you're there.
Yeah.
It's going to... for him, maybe it's more of an egotistical thing, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe it's for him to be in that level. Maybe with Belichick's the same way. Now, you already won this much. You're already the best that's ever lived. Now you can just add on to that. You know what I mean?
It's got to be getting, and I hate to, it sounds so weird to say this, but it's probably getting old for him in some ways.
I'm sure.
It's probably still fun, but nothing's going to be as exciting as the first time.
But I almost don't blame the Patriots. I blame the rest of the NFL for not being able to develop a team that could play with them. You know what I mean?
The NFL should be embarrassed that how old is he? 40, how old is he?
43.
43, yeah. The NFL should feel embarrassed that a 43-year-old quarterback is at the top of their game.
It's better than some of the young guys out there, yeah.
Like, why can't they get somebody else out there who's younger, who's as good,
And not even that, a team that fundamentally every year under the salary cap is able to develop a team that keeps playing and being compassionate. Did the anti-Red Sox Yankees, where they spend all the money they can to get a team, or the Lakers spend all this money where they can. They're a team that spends very little money and manages more for an ability of so they know everyone wants to go to the Yankees because they're winners, right? Every baseball player lives. Even you and I, if we became minor league baseball players, at one time in our life, if we didn't play for the Red Sox, we'd want to play for the fucking Yankees.
Yeah.
And just because you were a
market.
Yankee and it's a big market and you pretty much pave your fucking future at that point.
Yeah.
For the Patriots... Well, they're the big market. They're the team that everyone wants to play with. How many fucking old veteran guys come through New England to play maybe 1 or 2 years at the end of their career just to say, I mean, it's amazing that that's the only sport that really doesn't give a shit what city you play for.
Yeah.
Basketball, number one. It's all about your city, right? It's all about where you play for, And I guess hockey doesn't really matter. Hockey's, you want to play for the northern teams because they're a little bit more popular, I guess. But basketball, it's all about Miami, Los Angeles, New York. I don't give a shit if the team sucks. I want to play there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one wants to go to Boston because why? Boston, they're passionate about the team. There's 70 years of history on this fucking team, but no one gives two flying fucks.
Yeah.
Because they want to be in LA where they can go to the nightclubs and shit like that, or New York where they can drink till 5 a.m.
They can cheat on their wives.
They can cheat. It's all about cheating on your wives as a 19-year-old basketball player.
But they'll tell you it's about the school systems.
Yeah. And fuck you if you're 19-year-old and you're a basketball player and you got married. I'm gonna do a little word of advice here for everyone here. I'm 35 years old. I'll be 35, almost 35. I didn't get married till I was 34. Now, if I was a professional baseball player, which I tell girls all the time I played in the minor leagues, I used to. Not anymore. I can't do that anymore. I would have never, ever married my high school sweetheart. Would you?
No.
It's a...
Well, there are exceptions to every rule, as always.
I guess so. But for the most part, if you...
I would marry a virgin. I would never marry a virgin. I would want her to go out and have some freaky fun sex and then come back to me. Because I'm going to worry that later on you're going to wonder what it's like to be with somebody else and cheat on me.
I mean, I've been with hundreds and thousands of women, and I always wonder what it's like to be someone. Ooh. I wear my silk bathrobe just for sport. No, but seriously, though. But because you have to... These kids get all caught up in love, right? Mm. And they marry their high school sweethearts. Or David Ortiz, for example, married his wife when he was playing in the minor leagues in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you get caught up in this love, but then when you start establishing yourself, and now you have this freedom that you can't fully monopolize on, right?
Yeah.
And now you have a wife and a family that's restricting you from living this life. Because, what's an average athlete? 30 years old, they retire, right? For the most part, on average, all the sports, 30 years old. So me and you would already be retired for 5 years. This would be the time you and I would be, which we are at this point where we're starting to establish we already lived the fun. Now we're, maybe not so much you, but myself is like at this point settling down a bit.
Yeah, that's really sad to admit, but it's true.
But it's like at 25, I thought that was the ideal time to do it.
Yeah.
But after living through 25 and getting to 35, you realize, no, that was a terrible time to do it.
Yeah, it was. No, it is. That's a horrible time to do it. You get out there and do some weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, get into a little bit of trouble, have a few HIV tests and make sure everything goes kosher.
I mean, if you marry a high school sweetheart, cool, good for you. If you're happy, cool. Teach their own. And if you're actually happy, good for you. But yeah, I can't see that playing out very well.
It's a small percentage, right? Yeah. So the worst thing you want to do is be an AAU student who's playing basketball or baseball or any of those fucking sports and being projected to be drafted in professional sports and have to have this baggage of a girl from Revere that you dated through high school. And then what's going to happen when you cheat on her?
It's true.
She's going to get half your fucking signing bonus.
That's true.
And then, God forbid, you have a kid with her. Now, you may love your kids, but you may not love your ex-wife.
I wish I remember who said this quote to me because it's genius. Someone once said to me, remember, Adam, women, they're smarter than you think they are, but they're not nearly as smart as they think they are.
Ooh.
Right? I mean, you can kind of say that about anybody, but I use that all the time.
Just blew my mind. No, but I mean, if you're a 17-year-old girl from fucking Saugus, Massachusetts, and you're banging this guy who's playing in St. Mary's fucking, I'm getting really local. He's playing like AAU, and he's in St. Mary's playing hockey in high school, and he's getting looked at all the top fucking hockey East schools to play. And he's only going to be there for a year or two before he gets drafted into the NHL. Wouldn't you want to fucking get a baby by this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you fucking pulling the goalie? Aren't you not using birth control? Are you encouraging the use of non-condoms?
Oh, yeah, dollar signs.
Are you doing everything I'm going to be telling my son, making sure he's doing?
Dollar signs,
right?
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do is get a girl from fucking Quincy pregnant. And next thing you know it, this fucking self-sure whore is now permanently tattooed in your life for the rest of your life.
I feel like a lot of these women who do that don't realize what they're getting themselves into. To imagine, like, just out of what you just said, like, like wanting more money and wanting that security, wanting to allow a being to grow inside of you, just for permanent, just for cementing your legacy in this guy's life for the rest of his life. That's fucked up. It is fucked up. That's really fucked up. Great business plan, though. It isn't. I mean, financially, you're thinking on the right math. Unless he's like a guy that like fucking hit you. I mean, even if the guy, but even if he beats the shit out of you and he's a terrible fucking human being, you having his baby pretty much gives you the keys to the fucking palace. Yeah. There's very few courts in the world that will separate. That will not allow this to be happening. Yeah, especially if he's getting $1 million a year. It's true. You're at least obligated to a quarter of that. Yeah. Even a guy working at the fucking garbage plant in Resco in Saugus who's making maybe like fucking $15 an hour, his ex-wife is still entitled to a quarter of that. It'd be awesome though if there was some kind of pension that couldn't be touched. That'd be hilarious. That's hilarious. That happens, but that's funny. The NFL pension can't be touched. Yeah, that is one thing that people can't go for. That's hilarious. But it's in the contract. But listen, ladies, I understand if your husband's cheating on you and you get kids with him, he's being a piece of shit. Then you need a little bit of money. What I don't go for is when both of you don't have a pot to piss in, that you're going after the very little he has. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if he's being a shitty dad, then yeah, maybe you should. But if a dude is like, listen, I'm going to get rid of all this fucking child support bullshit because it's bullshit. Because all the woman does is most of the time buys herself a fucking Gucci purse every month, right? Yeah. But if the guy was like, listen, your kid needs to go to school, let me know how much it is. I'll pay it. Kid needs a backpack. He needs to go school shopping. He's going on a field trip to the Museum of Science and needs $20. Yeah. Shit like that. Things that you would do ordinarily if that was your kid, right? But when the mother's like, I need $500 a month. For what? The kid doesn't get $500 a month when we're married. You want $500 a month? For what? I don't understand. What are you doing with this $500 a month? Nothing. No.
You know?
Oh, I do have a question. Who gets the diamond this week? By the way.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like Pedro's all over the place today.
He might have it.
He looks good, by the way. It's the first time I'm actually.
Pedro's a good guy.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm actually watching while.
Pedro and I went to high school together. Actually, R.I.P. It's been what is it? 9? It's 9 years since Pedro and I's friend Joey passed away.
Oh.
It was 9 years on Saturday.
Damn.
Yeah, almost 10 years. Yeah. There's a great picture of me, Joey, and Pedro. One night we went out to some it was the Kells in Brighton.
I will say his name is like, wow, that's a lot. Pedro, I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but I'm just going to try my Pedro Drosky Garcia Nunez. Yeah, that's just knocking it all out.
I'm not going to lie, his name's grown since high school. So I just
very impressive. I wish I could have that many names.
I just remember being Pedro Garcia, but things change, I guess. People change. We've been out of high school almost 20 years now, so anything's possible.
Shit,
so.
yeah. Oh, God. My 20 year will be next year.
Oh, God.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am satisfied to say that, you look back at girls you wanted to be with in high school and you get crushes on and stuff like that. I could firmly say that I'm glad I didn't pursue that. I'm glad that the cards never fell in that position. There's a few that are still. I gotta say, there's a few that are still good looking. That if the opportunity had arisen in the last past 2 years or so.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, what's up? I would have taken in not so much high school, more there's a couple of middle school girls.
Yes, but let me ask you this: some of them who might have been glory and popular then, but look like crap now. Is there a part of you though that might want to just hate fuck them for what they represented then?
I don't know. No, because they were never really mean to me. They're just kind of. I wasn't a football player. I wasn't their type.
Yeah.
So it wasn't more. It wasn't like angry. Like they didn't like me because of that. It was more of like I think it was more of a socialism type of thing.
Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of what I did, and I ended up getting stalked.
Yeah. So, good for you. I mean,
my tenure.
If I was a single guy, some of those I haven't seen them physically in a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It's my fucking 20-year union. I'm say divorced already, or I'm single and never. I'm saying, a situation like Mr. Powers over here. Mr. Powers. Yeah. He's going to his 30th reunion.
What's up with the TV, the random TV just sitting right there?
That was my old TV from my bedroom when I lived with my parents that made it to the man cave in my old apartment in Rockland that didn't make it to, where'd that go? It ended up in Washington when me and Sue lived down there in the man cave that I was going to put in storage when I moved in here and gave it to Joey to use for his bedroom. Eric already has a 60-inch TV in his bedroom, so he didn't need that TV, so we got to put that in storage.
Does it work?
It does. I'm going to use it for... I was going to mount it on top of that TV, and I'd tell Sue, which I don't know where Sue is. I hope she's not dead.
She's trying dresses on.
Oh, all right. So Pedro's full name was his full name, but in high school he just used...
He used Pedro Garcia.
All right. Now I know. Yeah, I know the kid for 20 years. Now I know his...
Vote for Pedro.
Yeah, vote for Pedro. That's right. Yeah, I mean, if I was single, there's a couple of girls out there that I can know off the top of my head that are still good looking. They're married with families and shit like that,
Yeah.
So it's a different story, but
it's funny. Some of the top echelon people in my grade ended up in jail. And
yeah,
one girl, it's funny. People who had parents who were teachers usually are fucked up.
Yeah, they're the worst.
There was this one girl. She was number 2 in our grade, and she actually dropped out of high school senior year. That's a total FU to your parents. And her parents were teachers. And it's so messed up. I think OxyContin eventually got a hold of her. But it's just so fucked up. You had 1 year left. That's it. And you drop. Dude, what the fuck?
It's a duck in the house.
Oh, man. I better not smell that. Oh,
man. I'm not wearing underwear, so I might have shit my pants.
Oh, well, it takes a big man to admit that.
So the smell goes.
I don't smell anything yet.
The air conditioner will go this way. Maybe we'll ventilate it.
I will say it's kind of hot in here, though.
Eric has been buying the dogs these treats at the bodega across the street.
Bodega.
And at night, Tommy just has the worst fucking farts in the world. Like at 2 o'clock in the morning, he'll fart in my face.
His eye is rolled back into his head. Look at him right now.
He's tired because he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so he has to get his early start.
He's creeping me out.
He's like an old man.
He's looking at me with an eye open.
He's like sleeping, but he doesn't want to go fully asleep because he's still interested in what's going on here.
He looks like a zombie dog. He's really creeping me out, man.
Tommy.
Oh, God. Just roll back over. Dude,
Nola. Hey, Nola. They're done fucking. He was face fucking Nola for the last hour.
Oh God.
That's what I deal with every day.
Tommy, just don't let that eye roll back, man.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like a zombie. It's really creepy.
It's like, what's that movie with Will Smith with the dog? I Am Human or something? I Am Legend?
I Am, oh God.
I Am Legend, right?
I Am Boring. Yes, that movie's horrible.
Yeah, that movie's terrible.
Movie. Hasn't aged well at all. The CGI in that was horrible.
You get your 20-year reunion next year. See, I'm sure there's a couple girls you had your eyes on in high school, right?
Yeah, of course.
So what if they were like, now they're at the point of their lives where like, you're doing a lot better than they are. Or you're a lot more attracted to them than they were. Or they've lost points over the years.
Yeah.
And they just wanted to fuck around,
Hypothetically?
Yeah.
I think just some of them, like I said, it's what they represented then.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
that's how it is, yeah.
Yeah, even if they weren't that great looking, it's just like what you represented.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
I mean, you're only human, right? I mean,
yeah.
It is what it is.
Sure.
I seen some of that at my 15-year reunion. A couple of guys that, these girls didn't want to have a fucking... They didn't want to give them the time of day in high school, but all of a sudden, these guys were successful now. They were doing very good with their lives.
Yeah.
And these girls were just like, kind of like, a little more interested.
Yeah.
And they were all just interested in banging them. They weren't going to have her marry him.
Yeah. Worst
thing you do is get one of those pregnant, though. You don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
then
bad.
You're fucking stuck.
Yeah.
Your whole master plan just went to shit. You don't want to do that, guys. Wear a condom, please. I mean, they're readily available anywhere.
They heard your fart. Pedro said your fart definitely sounded wet.
I think it might have been a little wet.
I don't smell it, though. So
I'm actually surprised he heard it.
you can fart, man, all you want, as long as I don't smell it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Let the air.
Ventilation's pretty good in this house.
It is.
But, fuck.
Did you lose your train of thought?
Yeah.
We're talking about the women, high school reunions.
Did you go to your high school reunions?
I went to my 10, and then our president said we're not going to have a 15, we're just going to go right to 20.
That's what our president said, too.
Yeah.
We did 5, 10, no 15. 20 is going to be in 2022.
Yeah, there was a 5. I didn't go to the 5, but I do know that people got taken in a paddy wagon. It got bad. There was a fight. It was a chick fight.
5 for me was... I made the mistake of bringing a girl that I was kind of seeing and kind of not seeing.
Yeah.
We had broken up, but I still took her to the reunion.
Yeah.
And I cock-blocked myself with a girl I had a crush on.
God, I hate
for
that.
like 6 years, from middle school and high school.
Yeah.
I could have lined this up to be perfectly. That would have been my get the bang in.
Yeah.
Put it on the record book. And she cock-blocked me.
Oh, that sucks.
And I'm like, I wasn't really with her. And I'm like, why did I take her? Now if I told my son this story, and I would suggest to him, you broke up with this girl, don't take it to your class reunion because you may get some rebound sex from a girl you had a crush on 5 years ago.
There you go. Yeah, my 5-year was at the Greatest Bar.
Okay.
I didn't go to that, though. My 10-year, I went to, only because it was right down the street from me. I walked there. Yeah. It was at the tavern close to me. So that was pretty awesome because I didn't have to do anything to get there.
Yeah.
So.
Ours was 5-year was at the Bijuteki Hotel over there.
Oh, okay.
And then my 10-year was at some bar in Boston. They had reserved the basement. It was, I forget, they changed the name of this bar 100 times. It was over in the financial district. And that's when you start seeing people what they're really going to do with their life kind of thing. You know what I mean? They're starting to establish themselves a little better.
Yeah.
And that's when the girls who are going to be hot for the rest of their lives are hot. And the girls who want. Oh, my God. It's like an episode of Seinfeld. Eric pops in. Suze pops in.
Did they just choreograph that?
Did you guys text each other to come in at the same time? Yeah. Caught us. George Costanza and Elena.
He walks out with a giant,
I know. Are you erected?
That thing is,
do you have an erection? Yeah, the funny thing is, check.
We know it doesn't hang that low.
Well, it wouldn't be hanging if we had an erection.
You can't have an erection. Listen to me, fucking two guys babble out.
We were purposely trolling you to come out.
We had questions. Hey, Sue.
Yes. Hello, Sue.
Good to see you.
Sue has joined an Indian tribe with her new necklace.
Oh,
we didn't
even. Oh.
Yes.
No, I'm Japanese today.
Oh, she is. It looked like she woke up this morning. I looked in the mirror. I thought she had a Komodo on.
Well, I do. That's what this is called.
Is it really a Komodo? So you're really Japanese?
Yeah.
And you weren't all black like you're a ninja.
I am a ninja.
Sue, going to be ninja.
We didn't even talk about Canby Lake.
We didn't talk about
We haven't talked about
still
Canby
got
Lake.
time.
We did.
You look exhausted.
I am.
Are you pregnant or something?
I'm hungry.
Hungry and pregnant.
That
God,
could get.
someone's
That
gonna
sounds like
die.
a lethal mix.
Tommy's looking like a roast pig right now. Yeah. Tommy, you're gonna be eating. Are you happy? You're gonna be eating. He's like, yeah, sure. Let's find out in 2 seconds. See if you think your little dorsal fin hit the camera.
Canopy Lake was fun though, man.
Canopy Lake was fun. So, all right. So the funny thing about Canopy Lake was, I hadn't been there in 15 years.
Yeah, I had been there in about 8, 9. Yeah.
And it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. It was what I expect. It was better than I expected.
It's a lot smaller than I remembered, I guess. Right? I mean,
it is cleaner than I remembered.
Very clean.
Yeah.
She even noticed that too. It was cleaner than Hershey Park.
Yeah. They
really do a good job of updating, keeping shit relevant. Oh, yeah, we seen a dorsal fin. We just got the backside. Not so much.
No, but it really was cleaner because, like, remember you and me were talking about the gum wall, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, everything in the park is pretty spotless.
It's a great place to bring a kid before they're 16, 17 years old. Like a kid. Bring a kid there. Even like a high school, middle school kid.
I mean, I still had fun. Some of the rides still had their kick to it.
No, I mean, we still had fun because it was, like, nostalgic to us, right? So, like, but it's like a perfect park to bring a kid because you can ride all the rides and have a good time. Like a 10-year-old will have a blast day. The 10-year-old will go on every single ride.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then when they're our age, they can go back with their families and be like, I remember going here when I was 10 years old. Yeah. I like that boat ride was nice around the lake, nice and relaxing. And that's the shit I didn't want to do when I was younger because I thought it was be boring. But for us, it was like, oh, it's nice.
Relaxing. We just ate a meal.
Yeah.
It's like
we just ate and had a few beers. We're like, hey, chill out a little bit. Yeah. And, like, the longest ride we waited for was the Yankee Cannonball, probably a half hour, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing. Most of the rides we walked right on.
But I wonder, too, if you go up to the 4th of July, how worse it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we went like, I think this kid still, like, maybe a week left of school.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't that bad.
We used to go when I was a kid, like, on a Wednesday during the week because, my mother would take, like, a week off from work or something like that in the middle of summer. We'd go, like, one of those days. Yeah. That way, there was, like, half the many people that were there on the weekend, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, I mean, it was a Saturday. It was busy, but, I mean...
Yeah, there was a few things, like, that still had a little bit of kick to them. That, as we pointed out, the lack of safety standards on the flume ride.
That was awesome. That gave you a little bit of adrenaline. The video, I'm sure...
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Of us coming down?
Yeah.
Priceless.
It was pretty good.
That's pure fear of, like, holy shit, we're going... And the
initial drop on Untamed. Because it's like almost a 90-degree drop.
It's more. It's a 97-degree drop, actually. Something like that. It goes in.
Yeah, but it is. That was intense. That was good. Intense. But it was a short ride, but it was still intense for that part.
And the Yankee Cannonball still holds up. There you go. So you want to come on? We still got some time.
I love those old wooden coasters.
So I went on a wooden coaster when I was in Hershey. And I got my ass kicked and killed my back. It was just rough. It was not smooth. This Yankee Cannonball is a fucking smooth roller coaster. Yeah. I mean, there's not really many turns. I mean, you do the one turn to come back around. But for the most part, you're just doing like like the fucking camel hills. Yeah. But the camel toes. What do they call camel hills?
Yeah. Camel toe. Yeah.
Camel toe. Yeah. Humpbacks. That's what I'm looking at. The 0G you get on those things, you're only launched out at that thing.
Yeah. Well, no, my favorite memory though is when we went. We got there and nobody was in line at the Boston Tea Party. Remember, we get on it.
It was so early, yeah.
And
favorite memory, like it was like 5 years ago.
And from the event, and don't be jealous because you couldn't go. And so we go down, and Arty said that was just so unnecessary because we got drenched. And then nobody was there, so we came back around. Like, can we go again? And like, yeah, sure. So we just go twice without even getting off.
I love how they say that everyone has to, at least 2 people have to sit in the front.
Yeah.
That's a safety standard right there. Like, all right, so we all sat in the front. No one sat in the back. And, like, when you look up in the air when you hit the water at the end, there's literally a wall of water surrounding your entire body.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Completely unnecessary to have that much water be. Yeah. And then the film that water left on your body and on your skin, on your glasses,
I enjoyed that shower when I came home. It was sticky recycled water.
And then you seen all the fucking Lawrence's finest at the water park once it got hot out. There's a water park there too, which I thought was fundamentally.
Yeah, we didn't do any of the water rides.
No. It's another experience.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Sue's not big on the water. One time I went with a girlfriend to a water park. She got a yeast infection. Ugh. I mean, it's not clean.
Yeah.
Eric, you ever have a yeast infection? Actually, I had a yeast infection. I've had one before.
Men can not get yeast infections.
I had one.
We can get urinary tract infections.
No, I had a yeast infection when I was 22.
How does...
My doctor said I was up in the lakes up in Maine all summer. It was from a wet bathing suit wearing it and getting chafed.
Yeah, urinary tract infection.
No, but it was like a buildup on the tip of my cock.
Really?
Yeah, it was more yeasty than...
Really?
Urinary tract's more internal. Yeast infection's more external. Right, Sue?
Yes, a man with a dirty penis can get disease.
Yes, I had a dirty penis. Not dirty from the ladies, but dirty from society.
I don't know that. Well, you learn something every day.
That's an interesting conversation.
Yes.
Oh, Eric, we want to know, were you a goalie of that MVP?
Yeah.
So he was a goalie.
You had a hand-eye coordination? I am shocked. It's true.
Golfs.
So, I mean...
I can't picture you as a goalie, because you're a winger when you play lately, right? Yeah. Ah. Interesting. Do you know he goes to Joe's gym?
Good for him.
Is it Joe's gym?
What?
What's that say?
The average Joe.
Average Joe's gym.
Oh,
yeah.
that's some dodgeball.
Yeah, dodgeball.
Nice.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Sue's like, Gold's gym.
Like 6 years ago.
I was thinking of his keys.
Oh, do you have a membership to a gym? Did you go?
First year in Southie.
I remember I subscribed to a gym. And I paid like, for example, Planet Fitness. When I moved to Everett, there was one down the street. I signed up for it, never ever went.
Yeah.
And then the process to get rid of your membership is
Really?
like, it's hot as hell.
Really?
You gotta write a letter and send it to
What?
the moving office, dude.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
What year was this?
This was like maybe like 7 years ago. You
Okay.
can't just make a phone call like back then. You had to like write a letter.
I think some of them, if it's within like a certain amount of time, maybe it might be that difficult.
Do you know what I
'cause
did?
It's like a contract.
I just canceled my credit card.
There you go.
They couldn't charge me anymore.
There you go.
If you can't charge the card, you can't make me fucking liable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on in the kitchen,
I don't
man?
know.
It's like a whole nother show. You guys should have your own show. Should be the Eric and Susan show.
Well, we're almost on that note anyway, and I'm running out of energy.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what I
What happened? What did you say?
I said something. She started laughing.
He was talking. He was saying, "I'm gonna go now."
I'm going to go now.
Now. That means he's going to go down on a fat chick. Now. He's in his room right now just swiping right to everything a half a mile away. Anything in walking distance.
Watching Bad Blood
Bad blood.
Bad blood.
on Netflix. Do you watch it?
I've not
No.
watched that yet. I just watched the Adam Sandler movie the other day. It was horrible.
It was alright.
Murder mystery. It's not funny at all.
It was alright.
It's all right.
One joke that it made me die laughing at the end.
Yeah.
Which one?
I remember it. Like,
It's a good
It was,
joke.
just, it was a going through the motions kind of movie.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, but not funny. It was...
He did it for the money.
They did that I died laughing. I got to watch it again.
What's the premise of the movie?
He's a cop that lies.
Yeah, it's... We could talk about it afterwards. It's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but even less funny than what is less... What I could...
Come in here and fucking watch it now.
We should watch the movie when we do
man.
commentary one episode. Maybe do that next week.
You'll fall asleep.
Yeah. One of our concepts that we came up with a long time ago where we watch a game but we don't show the game, we just do the commentary. Boss did it during Game 7. But we could still do it because they didn't fucking invent it. We invented it, motherfucker. So, we'll leave it at that.
Just...
Yeah, so Canby Lake, Bruins lose, Sue's home. She got, what you got there? Pizza?
No, chicken fingers.
Ooh, chicken
Nice.
fingers. Eric's high. That sums about up.
That sums it up.
What happened?
Tommy's hungry.
Oh, Tommy's hungry. No shit news. Eric's high. Tommy's hungry.
Susie's tired.
Susie's tired. There you go. Put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, man, I smell something like... I don't know if it's foot or the dog.
No,
but
it's those blankets. The mildew doggy smell.
It smells
Oh,
like feet.
Oh, yeah. It's strong.
It smells
So
like feet after a hot day at
So
Candy
those
Lake.
blankets we washed, and they kind of sat in the washing machine before they went to the
Dude,
dryer.
It is...
And they have dog smell to
Dude,
it.
it is
So
freaking rancid.
that blue blanket I had in my Jeep, and I had it in there. And one day it was a hot day, and the sun was beating on it. I opened the door. It smelled like puppy feet.
Susan, I don't know even know how you can eat next to that. Like, you must be really hungry.
It's immune to her.
Man.
She's used to it. It's like a regular day in the house.
Man. All right. Well, yeah.
I do want to point out Eric did add to the living room the Bruins jersey.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
It's on the-
That helped them a lot.
So that we got one loser under another loser under another loser right there. So 3 losers in a row. The
Yeah.
Celtics suck. Bruins lost, and the Red Sox are second. So, but you know what? You know what's gonna happen? we're going to do this show in October, and we're going to be talking about how great the fucking Red Sox are going on.
Yeah, maybe they finally actually woke up.
So anything's possible, I guess. Yeah. But you really can't evaluate a team until after like the 4th, after the All-Star break.
It's true.
Once July 31st comes and goes, you know if your team's going to be a contender, it's going to be a seller. So, I mean, we still got about a month and a half away before we can make that, determination. But it is what it is.
It's true.
Baseball, you really can't get into until the end of July anyways. So, I got this weird alarm that goes off at 9:10.
Does it have a note with it?
No. I think I set it during the Stanley Cup Finals because I was dozing off before the game.
Well, all of a sudden it says you're watching on the feed. Is it
really?
connected to that? Yeah, that just popped up after that alarm went on.
That's interesting. I'm watching. Watch out. I'm watching myself. Watch myself.
Oh.
So, all right. Anything you want to talk about the potato, the analytics? That was interesting. You got a lot of views recently.
No, nothing.
You're just going to let it just fucking...
We can talk about it next week. We're at an hour, and I got to go eat some stuff.
All right, that's fine. Man, you're getting hungry.
Whoa.
Ooh, what happened? Ooh.
I don't know. There's a glitch there.
Power surge. All right, we're at One Potato.
Yes, check us out. And check out the Wicked Explorers.
Wicked Explorers.
Heyo.
I'll be in Newport, Rhode Island this weekend for my
nice
sister's wedding.
Oh, it's this weekend. Wow. Yeah. That came up quick.
If it happens, you can still pull out 2 days. She better not, though. I just paid for my tuxedo. So.
That'd be hilarious if you could convince her to.
I'm not going to convince her to do shit. No,
that'd be funny.
That's not my pot. No. No. If she wants to go, that's all on her own. I don't need my fucking angry mother yelling at me.
That's true.
She already yelled at me for one wedding I pulled out of. I don't need to be responsible for 2. Fuck. That's a conversation that she has in her own time, not on my time. I want nothing associated with that conversation that goes down. I get tired how much. Be far away.
Yeah.
And if there's any sign of that conversation going on, you'll find me in Las Vegas because I'll be as far away from the situation as possible.
Yeah.
But me and Eric are planning on, before the baby is born, we're going to leave Friday after work and then head to south of the border and come back on Sunday night. So if you want to participate in this,
keep me posted on that.
There's going to be
this little guy's trip.
It's going to go.
Yeah, I feel like before the baby's born we should. Definitely.
I agree. It's something that Eric and I have talked about for years, but going to south of the border just for like a couple hours. Like literally driving to South Carolina for a couple hours. It would basically be leave Friday. We get to Atlantic City on Friday night.
Yeah.
And then Saturday morning, we make a beeline to south of the border, which will be about 10 hours from there. Stay the night, and we drive 12 hours back on Sunday.
Yeah, I'd be for that.
It's a marathon, but it's the experience that takes place. Yeah.
Yes. I'd be for that.
So, we do it like in like the, sometime in August. Before we have to before the spring starts and all that. Before you have to deal with the calendars.
No, yeah, I'd be for that. That sounds like a good little trip.
Yeah, family people can put in a Jeep Wrangler. Take the roof off, no doors, cruising down to fucking Carolina, pick up a couple of hookers along the way.
Yeah.
What do you guys say? So you okay with us picking up some hookers? No one hookers. What if they were dude hookers? Conversation for a different time. We'll put that in the back barrel. It's on deck. Save it for next week.
For show.
I don't think a dude can be a hooker, though. I think most dudes are just doing it for free anyways.
Probably.
Grinder. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. Pedro, thanks for watching. Alex Wallace, you may have some competition this week. Pedro might have beat you because there's almost 30 comments and most of them are Pedro. So
is that Pedro, my old roommate?
No, because his name's not really Pedro, right?
Right.
No, this is Pedro I went to high school with.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Maybe the volume will work the first time.
I know. Sorry for technical difficulties.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye bye.